Polling has begun for the historic elections in Bangladesh. We are now at the BNP election headquarters, and joining me is Mahdi Amin. He is one of the advisors to BNP Chairman Tarique Rahman. Mr. Amin, polling is underway. We've met a lot of people in Dhaka who say that the mood is cheerful, celebratory. How do you see these polls, panning out?
See, people are voting after 18 years, so of course there is massive enthusiasm. It's a festivity. People believe that for the first time in many years they'll be able to express themselves, choose their own representatives. BNP being the largest party, most popular political party, we believe if it's a free, fair and credible elections, we are on course to win. Unfortunately, last night we saw some sporadic incidents where our opposition party tried to capture different polling centers. We saw how they tried to provoke violation. They tried to provoke violence. There were activities which violate the electoral integrity and rules. But we put our trust on the interim government, on the election commission and the law enforcement agencies. And we believe if we all work together, pro-democracy stakeholders, ensure peace and coexistence.
It's just been a few hours that polling has begun. You're saying if the elections are free and fair. So you're saying there's still some amount of anxiety within the VNP that there might be, some illegitimate acts during the poll process.
Last night, right? There were clear evidence of some activities that took place that hampers the electoral integrity. But
similar allegations have come against your party as well. Some.
There are allegations, but the evidence, the proof goes against them. That's the ground reality. But having said it all, since this morning we have seen volumes of people in every center coming out with passion, with enthusiasm. So it's a celebration. And we believe if this festivity continues and if we all work together to ensure that credible elections, people's voice will be heard through ballot, and then BNP will come as winner.
And of course, it's a given, an interesting factor, and perhaps very crucial as well, is that you said that BNP is the largest political party in Bangladesh right now, which is in operation. Your rivals, the Awami League, has now been banned. So they are not participating in this election. They are not being allowed. So will that be a question mark on the legitimacy of these elections?
Not really. The people of Bangladesh have rejected Awami League because of the human rights violations, the corruption, the enforced disappearances, extrajudicial killings, custodial deaths, all the activities they've done. So now it's among the pro-democracy political parties, and the BNP remains the most formidable force with tremendous support all across the country. We are very confident with the public mandate we're going to form the next government. Thank you.
Against you, one last question. Against you, of course, is the Jamaat. The Jamaat itself was banned a few years back. The ban has been lifted. We spoke to the Jamaat Amir. There are certain issues that the Jamaat speaks of which seems problematic, especially women's rights, LGBTQ rights, as far as Sharia laws are concerned. Does these things bother the BNP as well in the political spectrum?
Well, it bothers the entire country. BNP remains a political party which has led women's empowerment. We believe women should be empowered, integrated, and have the same opportunities as men to build the country together. As opposed to that, the party that you're referring to, they've come up with abusive comments, curtailing working hours for the women, suppressing them. That doesn't go with the aspiration of the country. So this election is also to make a choice of which course Bangladesh is going to go, a liberal, inclusive nation, thriving with gender equality, or more radicalization in terms of how women will be treated. So BNP has been the party which has always promoted women's rights. Sheikh Hasina, Rahman, Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina, they all advocated for women's empowerment, and that hallmark is taken forward by Mr. Tarique Rahman as well. And you have heard about Family Card, BNP scheme for women's empowerment in every family. We have come up with various policies which will integrate women more in the mainstream of the society, of business, of politics. So we take pride in that as part of our policies, as part of our programs, and we believe people will vote for us. Women will come in big numbers to vote for us because they believe in us. They put their trust on BNP.
Mr. Amin, in your manifesto, you've also spoken about mutual trust and respect with other nations, specifically in the neighborhood. In that context, the most obvious question is the biggest neighbor, India, and Bangladesh and India share an extremely deep and friendly ties. But over the past 2 years, we've seen massive amounts of strain in that relationship. If the BNP at all comes to power, how do you plan to rebuild that relationship?
Of course, we want a relation that's thriving, based on equality, fairness, and justice. A pragmatic and sustainable relations where both the nations are benefited, the interest and sovereignty of both the nations are protected. It's only in the interest of both the nations to forge people-to-people ties, to enhance connectivity, for bilateral relations, for multilateral relations. So every attempt should be made to enhance the ties, but while ensuring that the relation is reciprocal and the relation serves the purpose of both the nations.
So when you say reciprocal, one last point, then will the presence of the former Prime Minister, who is convicted now, Sheikh Hasina, in Delhi, will that have an impact on the bilateral relationships between India and Bangladesh?
Of course, once we form the government, we will talk on that on bilateral level, based on the aspirations of the people of Bangladesh, what the people of Bangladesh want. BNP being a pro-people party, will try to reflect the aspiration and sentiment of the people while we handle every issue, including this one.
Confident you're forming the government?
As long as the elections is free, fair, and credible, we are very confident to form the next government. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Mr. Amin there, one of the advisors to BNP Chairman Tarique Rahman, speaking to India Today. With camera person Orko Indrajit for India Today in Dhaka.